Hiya. It's Mrs. Barbara Nice here. Barbara's in Strides at Nice's in the Biscuit. Now, I've been asked by Birmingham City Council to find out about this big arts project that's been going on over the last year in 10 different districts of Birmingham. So I'm going to go and have a look, see what's been going on. Now, there's been loads going on, poetry, pottery, dance, all sorts of stuff. And the good thing, it's been co-designed, that means made alongside, the people have made it alongside the artists. They've designed the idea together. It's enough from me, I think you get the picture. Let's go and see what's been going on. Well, I've had a smashing journey on the 905 and I'm at my first port of call, Falcon Lodge, Sutton Coldfield, for a bit of music. All of me, why not take all of me? Right, now Holly, tell us about what you're doing at Live at the Lodge, love.
So Live in the Lodge it's launched day to day of a year-long project in Falcon Lodge area, and it's a community-based project where they feed in to what they want in the area to do with the arts and music.
Right. So this is the co-design in action, then, isn't it? And have people said what have they said so far that they want?
So we did a consultation a few months ago, and they were saying that they wanted to learn instruments and they'd like a community choir. So the taster sessions start next week for that. They wanted some more sort of early years music workshops, which is what we're launching this morning, and the youth sector wanted sort of grime and hip hop gigs to come here, because that obviously never happens, and to be able to contribute and work on their own material and potentially perform it. So
brilliant.
That's what we're working towards.
And why are you pleased to be part of a co-design project that's coming from the ideas of communities? What makes the difference, do you think?
Well, it's the difference between just like launching yourself into a community, saying we bought this, and being part of a community and asking them actually, what do you feel like you need and you want? What's going to be most useful to you? It's the collaboration is what's important.
Yeah, good. So, what would you say is the value of the arts to people? You obviously.
Well, the arts is immeasurable. I mean, particularly disability arts. People learning to become empowered through art. Not just as an expression of art, but an expression of a political self, expression of freedom, expression of choice.
Right, all the best, love. Right, see, it's been lovely, This is my song, that's why the ladies are trapped. Free, fresh, wind in my hair, life without care. I'm broke, that's so, we're all in debt with Grattans. Come on. Right, it was smashing at Falcon Lodge. Next up, Odge Hill. Right, so this is St Peter's College in Salt. Isn't it lovely? Hey, look at this architecture. Who'd have known it was here? Brilliant. Hiya, now I'm stood in front of this very important thing, a mind apple. Love your mind. I couldn't agree more. With lovely Lucy Poulsen, there's a project going on here at St Peter's College, and we're in Saltley, and it was a co-design project because at the beginning it all started like many things do, with an apple. So talk us through it. How does it work?
Well, Mind Apples, they're a social enterprise based down in London, and their idea is to make mental health as sort of natural as brushing our teeth. That's their aim.
Right.
So we ask people, what's the 5 a day for your mind?
Okay, so that's there. What's the 5 a day for your mind? Yeah.
Yep. So a mind apple could be, this is our beautiful mind apple tree on which we hang our mind apples. A mind apple could be getting enough sleep, reading a good book, hugging the dog.
So from this, how did this become a co-design project for Birmingham?
So the first thing we did actually was come and meet this wonderful group of ladies here, ask them what was good for their mind, what they did for their mind, and then ask them what art forms they'd like to try or do again. And they came up with a list, and then we took that list around Bawdsley Green and interviewed about another 120, 130 people.
Oh,
so everyone we spoke to got to fill in a mind apple, reflect on their mental well-being, and then vote on which art forms they'd like to try.
Oh, now that sounds good. So loads of people going here.
Well, I think this class in itself is like a social event, so you get to meet new people, you know, their interests, people that are like-minded as well. So yeah, it's quite a relaxing atmosphere here as well.
So when you go home, do you feel better?
I do feel more relaxed actually.
And it's for any age group, you know, we have 3-year-olds come in, some of them make stuff, some of them eat it, but they're still having fun.
That's right.
And their moms, and it's really lovely when families do pottery together, they're like all engaging with each other, all communicating. You know, the children are the parents are telling their kids to be quiet. It's really lovely.
Pottery is very accessible. You don't need to be good at it. You don't need to be able to draw. It's just about engaging with the material. It's a wonderful thing.
Something everybody can do.
It's something everybody can do. And you know, even once they're holding the material, then I think they'll start to talk about why they love it, or what they want to do with it, or what it, you know, how high they can go with it. So it's good.
And in terms of it being for you, what do you find happens to you when you get involved with any arts? What's the effect of being involved with the arts on you?
Personally,
Yeah.
if the clay's right and you get excited about something, then that's it. You're away. You know, your imagination will take you away. You can just concentrate on that. The time will fly by.
You feel better, love?
Sure, you feel absolutely, you know, ecstatic.
Good.
Good.
Now, here's my next protocol. Cerebral palsy, Midlands. Come on, kids. Now, Tom, there's a lot of jargon in life these days. And when I heard about this co-design, I thought, what are they talking about? So explain it to me. What is it all about,
There are
co-design?
2 words. There's co-design, and that's often used to find out what people want and then deliver it. But I think it needs to be co-design, yes, find out what people want, but co-production as well. You make it real in relation to other people, and you work with them to produce something that neither of you could produce separately.
Yeah, every person had an input into it, and how. So every service user had an input. It's just the most empowering, energetic experience I think I've ever had. The most moving thing I've ever been involved with. And I've always had a big heart for this place and the work that they do, but that was just something I'd never been a part of, never thought I could experience.
Performance, weren't
Yeah.
you, at Elmhurst? Now, I came to see it and I just absolutely loved it. And I wanted to come back and talk to people who've been involved about what was the benefit to them personally. So for you, Tazy, what do you think you got? Not just the performance, the rehearsals, everything about it.
Well, I got to know so many people. So many new faces like Ray. I think her name was Rachel. They were fantastic.
So you got to know people, new people.
Yeah.
Do you think you got to know people who come to the centre any better?
Yeah. Yes and no.
Okay, good way.
Because my memory, I tend to forget things. It's on and off.
Right,
it's like an off switch, on switch.
Okay.
On and off.
So you got to know them a bit, then you might forget.
Yeah.
But when it came to the performance, you might have been a bit worried, because I'm getting older now and I do a lot of acting and stuff. And sometimes I wonder if my switch will be switched off and will I forget. But often when you're performing, it switches all your switches on and you become much more in the moment. Did you feel that you were able to remember stuff? Or was it yes and no?
Yes and no. When people repeat everything, I get to know much more. I get to remember.
So do you think that you're working with good people who knew what you needed and made it possible for you?
According to my needs.
Yeah, that's really good, because everybody's got different needs.
Yeah.
Right, next we're off to Northfield's finest, NAF CAF.
So I'm Oliver Armstrong. I'm the coordinator of Northfield Arts Forum. I'm also involved with Number 11 Arts, which is the umbrella organisation that covers all of the arts fora across all 10 districts. I'm also a freelance musician who works with children in early years. Is my main role in the week as well. So this is our NAF CAF, which is our monthly arts cafe, where we do lots of things. We have live music from local artists, we have art on display, we do different workshops each time. And this happens every month, 4th Thursday of every month. This whole cafe has been built out of the Connecting Communities project, and the idea being it's a space where different groups from the community can come in. We share ideas and we build projects from it. One of the examples is the NAF zine. So there's a table of them. So the NAF zine is exactly that. So a group of our creatives and some of our local artists got together and decided they want to do a local zine. So a little magazine full of art from the local community. They've collected art, photos, poetry, stories, all from people who are from the whole of the district, and put it in this. And we're going to do it every other month.
Would you rather be out here than sitting at home on your own?
Yeah, definitely.
It's always better to be out. Yeah. Do you like art?
I do. I love art. Creative minds.
Yeah, why creative minds involved?
Self-expression, personally. Yeah, I think in Birmingham there's not a lot of, creative hubs to be able to do stuff like this. So it's nice that they've put on, this venue, this function, aspiring, young'uns to kind of have a platform.
Yeah, this is my stomping ground, Northfield, Rednall, Rubery, B45, B31, repping the postcode. What's great about it is that, look, there's people coming together in a place that perhaps they wouldn't normally come together in, and they're sharing food, sharing stories, listening to songs, and just hugging each other like that, which is always nice.
It's always, come on, let's have some tea.
That's it.
I have always sworn by the importance of a good cup of tea. It's not just the tea, but the chance to stop and have a natter, get to know people and that. Well, this next project in Hall Green is all about creating a giant community tea party, like as a way of bringing different communities together.
Because I'm just thinking,
what are you doing here? This is like a cottage industry, this, isn't it? A cottage. Talk us through the method.
So this is a wet strength tissue paper, which is a special tissue paper for lantern making.
Right.
So there are a few lights inside the teapot.
So it will light up.
Yes. And we've also got loads of beautiful flowers that people have been making over here that are going to get stuck on as well.
Very experienced practitioner with 5 cards. You might not be, we're looking for the truth.
The truth?
Yes, let's have the truth.
The truth is, I'm a great fan of Go Design, because I believe that unless the people involved in the project have come up with the ideas, it's pointless.
What's the point if you're having it thrust down your neck?
Cost you a bomb, that, at Laura Ashley. Cost you a bomb at Laura Ashley, that. A bomb at Laura Ashley. Here. Snip. I don't think she's selling it, and if she is, I'm having it. Back on the bus, Yardley bound.
My name's Nicola and I look after Arts in the Yard, the Arts Forum for Yardley District.
So what I thought we'd do this evening as a
group of people, steering group, is just evaluate what happened on Saturday.
What we actually did wasn't a lot different to what goes on in a lot of schools across the country where they do a summer fete or a summer fair. However, what we did was to connect the communities together by bringing all the 8 schools and all the community together to do that event.
I worked with the steering group to co-design a logo for the project that we would then use in promotion for the event.
Is this the logo with the acorn? I think
it's on your bag as well.
Yes. Very nice. Oh, on the bag.
It's designed by this lady sat over here. It's been very quiet and won't want to speak on camera.
You can tell she does.
Very clever.
You've done that lovely. Nice colours, aren't they?
Yes.
We had lots of ideas about it, what it should look like, and you came up with lots of sort of mock-ups, and that's the one that we really liked.
It only took one meeting. Yeah, one meeting, wasn't it? We all got together.
Yeah. Because some people go, oh no, take too long if everybody has the same. But you found out it was all right.
For me, the whole process of how we actually came up with the logo was really good because it was sourced locally and it's being used locally as well.
Yes.
And the whole purpose for the event is to bring the local community together.
That's right.
So in as much as even beyond the event itself, the logo still stays with people. And it's something which can be used not just next year, but it can be used for as long as our Oaklands is here, because it's very relevant.
It's for the local community, really, to be here, to bring everybody together. I think that's what we were all focused on, wasn't it?
Now off to Ladywood. Tell us about the project.
Well, the project is mainly to get everybody's stories who lives in Nechells, how they feel about Nechells, how they come to Nechells, and what do they think about their community now.
Nechells is the place to be. If you don't believe us, come and see. There are lots of green and flowers too. Top end, bottom end, who is who. We're the top end Nechells Park Road. No, we're the top by Duddieston Manor. On this we can't agree. But hey, what a brilliant diverse community. We come together, north, south, east and west. All of us agree we are the best.
It's been a diverse group, to say the least.
Right.
Different ages, mainly elders, who you wouldn't believe was elders, because they're so young at heart, truly they are. They've taught me loads. I've laughed tremendously because of the stories they've told me. It's been wonderful.
Nechells needs to be put on the map. Why do you ask? Well, we've got black, white and Asian in the mix, 30 different languages spoken in one school, Somali, Hindu, Arabic and Greek, German, French, Chinese, yes, these we speak.
Like I said, when I first come here, there was cold-shouldered me. They looked at me and they thought, who are you? When they realised I was born and bred in Nechells, they opened up a little bit. And gradually, over the weeks, we've just become mates. Now they expect hugs off me in the works. I've got to come in and hug every one of them.
People here reside from all over the world, travelling along on the number 8 or on the bus 66 that drives past the Wingip. Some of us here, we were born and grown, lived here for most of our lives, and we want to show how safe this place is. We're not scared to walk about at night because no one here gives us a fright. Lots of neighbourly love we share, and we want to tell you that Nechells, we care.
All this about connecting communities.
Yeah.
How do we get to the people who feel disconnected?
Exactly, and it's what the lady
That's what
said,
it is,
isn't it? What would they do if they never came out? If they never come to tell their story? That loneliness, it's breaking that loneliness. And they're not scared. They love this community. I think it's wonderful.
They're trying to say that the arts, doing dancing, doing acting, doing storytelling, doesn't really matter.
No, it doesn't.
Now, you love dancing, do you?
Yeah.
Tell us how you feel when you're dancing.
I'm feeling fit and happy.
Yeah,
jolly,
love it,
you know,
and me as well. I love it too.
I love dancing, and I'm on the first one on the dance now.
I love it,
When
and
I
me
go
that's
out.
more, man.
Yeah.
And how would you feel if you couldn't dance anymore?
Oh, I'll be gutted. Yeah.
Dancing.
My husband used to say to me, because he's younger than me, oh, you should stay at home. And I went to him, what? I said, and I went to the doctor for my first MOT, you know, when you go for your little check-up, and he goes, what do you do for exercise? I went, walk. When I mentioned dance, she said, just keep on doing it, don't stop. Yeah. Because it's better than going to the gym.
You're so Jack. Come on, ladies. Come on. Follow the leader. Come on. We're following you, lead. Any moves that you do, we follow you. Oh, move to the left. Move to the left. And move to the right.
I love them poems. Everybody likes poems. And I tell you what else everybody likes. Artwork. In the street, like this now. Smashing. This is at Perry Barn. I'll tell you where it's next to. Only Tesco's.
We started by just asking people in Tesco's what they think should be included on these banners. Should it be words or pictures or both? And they said both, and they said it should be about culture in Witton.
They're lovely. Let's have a walk down and have a look.
After that we went in to do workshops in schools and in community centres.
And how does it make people feel?
I think it really gives people ownership. It's not just art that's being put there, it's being presented and it's people's voice that's being put out into the community.
And why do you think somewhere like Tesco's would get behind a project like this?
They've got a community champion, Mark, who's been fantastic and really supportive and very interested in giving people opportunities to try something they may not have actually tried before.
Now, Mark, tell us about your job and how you got involved into this project.
Well, I work at Tesco as a community champion. I do when people want to do community work, they come to me. And I got a phone call a number of months ago from Perry Barn Arts Forum, and they said they wanted to do an art project in Wheaton and Aston, and they wanted Tesco to be involved in it.
Belgian style. Northern Soul Belgian style.
Was there anything that surprised you about the effect it had on the people making the banners that surprised you?
What came out was a very positive message in general. You know, people are they are proud living here. People like living here. I was talking with Marcelo and Filippo, two artists, last night about it, and they also said, you know, people they like living in Aston and Wheaton. Yeah.
That's
So,
really brilliant.
yeah.
He's a nice lad. He's lovely. Well, here I am in Erdington at the Wellbeing Centre, where people are working with Infused Dance to make a dance and film performance, and I'm hoping they're going to let me join in. I love dancing.
I don't know how much longer I can
They're feeding into the process. We're guiding them along the way and feeding in as well, so it becomes something that's valuable to everybody, and we're all investing in it. And it's been like that from the beginning, hasn't it? Because the film aspect of it, and they all fed in their own ideas.
Yeah, they feel so much. I think participants, I'd hope, should feel so much more invested in the project because they have ownership over the work. So yeah, I think it's a really important thing that it is collaborating. From my experience, some really nice things come out of it. I think as a dancer myself, I know that when I create movement, and someone can kind of help me structure it, but when it comes from me, it's so much more authentic. And it shows in their performance of the movement.
I think because it helps to get them out of the house, and to be honest, and it's like you find that with a lot of the kids, even the adults, they absolutely love the art because they do sort of, most times we do an arts and crafts of a Saturday anyway. It's not on at present because of having Infused, but they just love it. They really do. I mean, they're really enjoying Infused. Having an absolute wild of it all.
Well, I've just got the 50 bus, lovely. The most regular bus in Europe, ladies and gentlemen, the 50 bus. And here I am in Druids Heath at Now, they did this project, which is a film looking at the benefits of living in Druids Heath, which has always had a bad press, which is nowhere should have a bad press.
I mean, it was the idea of the Friends of Malachi from the very beginning. Like, they wanted to do a film, they chose what they wanted it to be about. When Martin came in and started doing the workshops, we did a lot of work around using the camera and how best to do that. We had a couple of glorious days earlier in the year where it was bright with sunshine, where we went out and they learned how to film some steady shots and that sort of thing. So they chose the shots they were doing and the images that they wanted to show of Druids Heath. We went up to, there's a stone up the top that shows the highest point in Birmingham, so we went up there and did some filming from there, which has all made it into the film, which is great.
Well, today is our big debut of the film that we've been making about Druids Heath. Obviously Manaford Hall's been very kindly to let us host it here. I've enjoyed going around taking photos, recording the area, seeing the beauty basically behind Druids Heath. We got to edit it as well, so Martin came along and we did pick the parts of the different interviews and put that together. We chose the music and basically picked the pictures of which way they were going to go. I like the final film.
Yeah, we've managed to bring people together and actually get two groups that would never have reason to communicate or talk to each other to work on a project together. So the guys who run the Friends of Malachi, which are primarily to do with young people and young families, have been down at the community lunch, which is primarily older people, interviewing them and asking them about the area, which has been really nice. And they're all here today, all in one room, which is great. And I also think it's been really good for us as the Arts Forums. We've tried to do a couple of things in Druids Heath before, but not with much success, but it's because we don't know anyone. Now we know loads of people here, so if we put stuff on, I'm confident that people will come together and enjoy themselves.
I went to some shops and I felt really happy with my mum and my story.
So that's it, kids. I hope you've enjoyed it as much as I have. It's been brilliant going around all them 10 districts, talking to local people and the artists about how working together can really make a big difference to communities. And it's got me thinking how important the arts are generally, for things you would never think about, you know, like well-being, meeting people, gaining skills for the future, expressing yourself. Now, if there's anything going on in your area, think on, get involved. All the best. May the arts be with you.